Today, we're taking a trip back in time to the Roaring Twenties. It was a time of jazz, flapper dresses, and brand new inventions like radios and traffic lights. People were living it up and the economy was booming. But beneath all the fun and excitement, something big was about to happen. Something called the Wall Street crash of 1929. Let's talk about the stock market. Imagine it like a big, bustling market. But instead of selling fruits and vegetables, people were buying and selling pieces of companies called stocks. When companies did well, their stock prices went up and everyone made money. But when they didn't, well, that's where things get tricky. Everyone wanted to get in on the action, from businessmen to taxi drivers. People were borrowing money to buy stocks, hoping they'd get rich. But soon, the stock prices got way too high, higher than the companies were actually worth. This was called a bubble, and like any bubble, it was bound to burst. By 1929, some people started to worry. Unemployment was rising, prices were just too high, and companies weren't making enough money to keep up. On October 24th, known as Black Thursday, the first signs of trouble appeared. Stocks began to fall, and people started to panic. Then came Black Tuesday, October 29th, 1929. The stock market crashed. People scrambled to sell their stocks, but there were no buyers. Prices plummeted and fortunes were lost in a matter of hours. It was complete chaos. Millions of people lost their savings overnight. Banks failed because they had invested in stocks too. Businesses closed and people lost their jobs. It wasn't just a Wall Street problem anymore. It was an everyday problem for families across the country. The Great Depression began. People couldn't find work, and many stood in long lines just to get food. These were called breadlines, and they became a common sight in cities everywhere. By 1932, stocks were worth only about 20% of their value back before the crash. The government tried to help, but at first there wasn't much they could do. President Herbert Hoover believed that the economy would fix itself, but it didn't. People needed jobs and support, but help was slow to arrive. Things started to change when Franklin D. Roosevelt became president in 1933. He introduced the New Deal, a series of programs that created jobs, helped banks, and supported struggling families. Slowly but surely, things began to improve. The Wall Street crash of 1929 taught everyone an important lesson. The stock market can be risky, and it is important to be careful with money. But it also showed how people can come together to rebuild after hard times. And that's what makes this story so important today. So next time you hear about the stock market, remember this story of ups and downs. It's a reminder that no matter how tough things get, there's always a way forward. Thanks for joining us on this historical adventure, and until next time, keep exploring the past to learn for the future.
If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like it and subscribe to the channel to help us create more content for you.